Today on my channel planner friends, let's dive in to my Happy Planner Classic. All month I've been doing neutral layouts, which for me is unusual. I love all the color, all the brightness, but we're going to finish September the way we started with more neutral. So pull up a chair, grab a cup of something, and join me for some creative fun and chit chat, friends. Please stay tuned. Hello planner friends, and welcome to my channel. I'm One Crafty Dolo. My name is Dolores. Thank you for stopping by and spending some time with me. So today we are back in, as I said, my classic. I've been doing this pretty much weekly now for a while. I think in part because it took me so long to fall into the groove of this planner, and now that I have, I just love sharing it with you. I have my cup of tea today. My new favorite mug is from Custer State Park in Custer, South Dakota, with a wild donkey on the cover. It's really adorable. All right, so let's look at where we are and what we're doing and so forth. So this was the first week, and you can see I did the black and some pops of mustard in here. I really like how this turned out. Then I did creamy neutrals, and I also like this one. This is mostly, hold on. This was Agenda 52 stickers, and this some from this Happy Planner Mod Sketches. This was a color story sticker book with Simply Gilded washi. I like how that turned out. This was my one and only wrong sticker book called Planner Babe, and that's creamy brownish neutrals. And this washi tape, I don't know where it's from. It was part of a freebie when I bought something on Mercari. And so here we are today. And I've started, as I create more intricate planner layouts, I've actually started doing what everybody else does. And yeah. Alrighty, so today I think we're gonna go back to black. Never ever have I made black spreads before until now. And I have this again. I don't know how much of it I'm going to use. I dug through, this is a very old, you can tell by the cover, an old color story. And I do have also the Mod Sketches. Part of why I picked this one up was there's some washi strips in here I think we can utilize, because I do not have much in the way, really. This is my one black washi. It's not something I have much of. See these? I thought those would be good. I think that's all that's in there, yeah. So I was even looking through other books at washi strips, and I was like, well, nothing there. So anyway, so yeah, I'm trying to use these that I have on hand, although if you saw my short, you'll see that I did pick up some new books, new to me books. They've been out for a while, I guess, but I found 4 of them for $18 on Mercari, which is great. I had been looking at sticker books and I decided not to. I had one in my cart for the fall, and I decided to no, because by the time all the shipping and everything was done, it was basically $30. And I don't begrudge, hey, somebody needs to make their livelihood by all means, but I have to watch what I spend. And so I bought the Happy Planner sticker books I found on Mercari. Again, 4 for $18. The fact that they're not brand new does not bother me one iota. So I'm kind of happy about those. I'll be probably using them next week. I thought I'd do a little more of this neutral kind of layout. And then just to, I don't know, I do this all the time. Maybe I'm too into patterns, but I feel like if I'm inking in a month, then I ink a lot. If I'm not inking in a month, then I don't do much. Like, it's hard to explain. I just like being consistent on a monthly basis with my deco. Okay, so today I want to talk to you about a new project that I have coming. This drops on Wednesday, so that'll come the next day, actually, on Thursday night. I'm pretty excited. For those of you who follow me, you know my mother passed away, and my mother was an avid sewer, seamstress, made her own patterns, designer. She was super talented, and sewing was just always part of our life growing up. And now that she's gone, I feel very strongly that I wanted, my sister and I are doing different things to honor her. I have this channel, which obviously I'm going to use, put this to use as it were. And I think what I decided to do, not think, I'm sharing this journey with you. I like this one, maybe for over here, we'll see. And I wanted to create something that would be learning, creative. Originally, I was going to create a second YouTube channel, and oh gosh, I just don't have it in me to do it. And so I thought, well, I know a lot of planning videos I watch are, on channels that say so-and-so plans, or plan with me in the name, or plan with whomever. This channel, ironically, doesn't. I just went with my name, which is Dolores, and it's my nickname, Dolo. And so here we are. And I feel like adding in the sewing, I asked my followers, and yeah, they were, agreed. So we are going to add that in. And I like these. Okay, so I think we'll add in some of these definitely, which is something obviously I haven't ever used. So anyway, that's my plan. I want to bring in the sewing. So tomorrow night is the debut. I'm not sewing yet. I won't be sewing for a few weeks. Spoiler alert. But what I am doing is we are starting the journey at ground zero, if you will. It kind of looks purpley though, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. We don't want purple. We want dark neutrals. Sorry about that. Oh, these are pretty, aren't they? Yeah, we're going to do some of these. Anyway, so what I'm saying to you is that tomorrow night will be the first sewing video, and I'm excited, nervous. And what it is we're going to go together to Hobby Lobby, because Hobby Lobby had a sale. It might still be on, but they had McCall's patterns for 99 cents. Yes, 99 cents. And I saw that and thought, well, okay, now, to be fair, they didn't have a lot left. And for my first project, I've decided on, they didn't have anything in that type of pattern. But I did pick up stuff for 99 cents. How could I not, right? So I went ahead and I picked it up, and yeah, I can't wait to share that with you. You know what? I want to look through here a little bit more, actually, now that I'm sitting here. I know I used the mustard already, but we can maybe add in some beige, and maybe we could do it beige and black. That would be kind of fun with some gold accents. Oh, these are interesting. Okay, here we go. See? I come on here with an idea, and then I just kind of riff off of it, and I always change something from my original idea. I like these, actually. These are good. Anyway, my point is that I'm showing my process, the entire process, and my sister's taking up crocheting. She does not have a YouTube channel. My sister is not a tech, she doesn't live on tech the way I do, but we're both honoring our mother. And I really love that. I love that a lot for both of us. And so my intent is to bring you along, to show you the good, the bad, the foils, the fables, the good things, and hopefully inspire you, because it's interesting to me. And these are good too. I think we are going to add some beige in, friends. It's interesting to me personally, the things we tell ourselves. I used to tell myself I wasn't creative. And it turns out, well, actually I am creative. And so what are the things you tell yourself that really aren't true? Just some thoughts here to think about, because yeah, that's honestly, that's how I feel right now. I feel like we tell ourselves one thing, but the reality isn't. We dismiss ourselves, we diminish ourselves, and even if you're confident, you find yourself doing that sometimes as well. So this channel has shown me that I am creative. And the idea of bringing in some of things with my mom and what she loved, well, to say that appeals is an understatement, really. Okay, I'm going to go through this again. I kind of dismissed it. I thought I would get a box or two out of here because of the mustard. I didn't want to use the mustard. I forgot there was beige in here, and this could make it even more interesting. So that's all. I am looking forward to sharing it with you and to going through the process with you. I think we're going to have some fun. And yeah, I'm going to start slow. That's for sure. I'll tell you that right now. I have to start slow with my sewing. So we're going to look at patterns. We're going to go look at fabric. There's going to be a few different things that we do before we actually sew. So that, I think, is a good thing. And I'm just kind of riffing here. This didn't go, I didn't end up going where I thought I would, but that's the beauty of it, isn't it? So yeah, I hope that you will join me and enjoy the process. I'll be sharing stories as the channel goes on about my family, my mom, all of us, and our ridiculousness. But yeah, I think that'll also be fun in and of itself. Let's see here. I like that. So we're actually going to do black and beige, and then I guess some touch of gold in here. I don't even know if I'm going to use the color story stickers. Isn't that funny? How you think one thing and then you're like, that again. Let's just go through here and see what we can do. Huh. This is pretty. You are one of a kind. I like that, although that does have the mustard in it, which I was trying not to use too much. We have this one. We'll come back to the boxes. Maybe I'll do something else with those. These are pretty, though. I like the florals of all types. All right, let's see here. Do we want a combination of these and the others? We might, I think. Hold on, let me pull some of these. So I don't think these will go as well. These old sticker books. Well, even some of the new ones fall apart. I'm going to take those mermaid ones out for now. This will have to wait. What a lovely weekend. I like that. What else have we got in here? Lost in a Daydream. This is good. Yeah. Free Spirit. That would work. Wanderlust. So maybe a combination of these two books. And these. I like these a lot. So I tell you what, let's start putting some of these down for fun. So the idea of sewing is I'm going to start with some very basic things. I think what I'm thinking about for my first project would be a tote bag, if you will. I think that would be a lot of fun. Then I want to work my way up. I'm thinking about things for the home, such as placemats or things of that nature. I think those will be easy. You see what I mean? I'm going to slowly build it up. And as I'm doing it, my goal is to bring in, what do I want to say here? Bring in stories of sewing and mom and clothes and life lessons and so forth. So hopefully that appeals to someone besides me. So I'm excited and nervous at the same time with this new endeavor. I'm just being honest with you. I'm both. I'm a little bit of both. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Nervous, excited is good. It's better than just nervous. All right? Okay, I think this one down here, this Wanderlust, and we have a lot of these left. So I think we'll put this one, which again, these are stickers I have had, oh man, at least 5 or 6 years, if not longer, which seems kind of odd to me on some level, but it's honest. We're getting there. We'll get there. This will work. We'll make it work. We have all these and we have all of these. So I want to do a combination of these and then some of these too. Okay, let's see here. I'll move this over a little bit. I'm going to grab some tea, friends. So I'm going to establish a separate playlist on YouTube And I'm going to say it's stories from sewing from my heart, because that's what it is. And I'm looking forward to sharing it, to, yeah, showing you and sharing it with you and growing with you in this endeavor. I think this will be really a lot of fun, truthfully. I think it will. Okay, we're gonna move this. And so, yeah, it's gonna be a combination of sewing, learning, growing, and life lessons, if you will. And I think that'll be fun for me, hopefully for you too. All right, so this says Wanderlust. This already says Free Spirit. I like this one, Find Your Wild. The question is, will it fit? It may not fit. So then, should we? No, I don't know that. Yeah, we'll make it fit, even if I have to cut it. How's that? Oops. I think we will. Can I cut it? Yes, I think I can. I'm going to do this. Just going to get in here with my little inexpensive scissors. And yes, so speaking of sewing, so I've got to, I don't have pins. I don't have a cloth measuring tape. There's a lot of supplies that I simply do not have that I have to think about for this. And so, yeah, that's going to be a bit of a change too. I'm looking forward to it, don't get me wrong, but it's going to be different. Now I want to add in some of these beige flowers. I realize we only have a little beige here, so I want to add a few more of those in on both sides, with, of course, more of the black. Yep, let's get her in. So yes, I hope you'll join me and we'll learn and grow together. And yeah, it's exciting to me. And I'll be writing about this journey too. And some of the life lessons that I've already slated to discuss, I'll write a little more in depth on my Medium page. So this is going to be quite the project. It'll be a weekly video on Thursday evenings. And that's what I've decided to do. I think it's going to work well. My planner videos are Wednesday, Friday, and then midnight EST on Sundays. So I think that'll work, incorporating it on a Thursday night. Alrighty. Interesting. It still needs a little more zhuzh, if you ask me. So the question is, how am I going to zhuzh this up just a wee bit, friends? I have to think a minute. Okay, I just had an idea. I want to come back into this one, and I think, yeah, I think using all three of these books might actually work best. So I think we're going to play with these a little bit. There's plenty in here to use. I've kind of been saving a lot of these, and now I'm glad to use them. So let's see what we've got in here, what I can use, what's here. You know, let's just have some, like, for example, here's the mushroom and the washi. Here's the mushroom here. Okay. Took me a minute. I sometimes sit back and look at what I'm doing. Again, I come to you where I am at this moment. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put you right there. That's cute. All right, we're getting there. All these. Yeah, I've got a lot in here that I haven't used. And then I have these, which if they have beige without too much brown, I wouldn't mind doing those either. Or I can use the black headers like I did previously. I mean, there's so much in these books, especially the Happy Planner ones, but also the Agenda 52 books always have a lot. Okay, so let's see over here. We can add a little mushroom or something up here maybe, right? Why not? These are so cute. Or maybe we add something else up there and put a mushroom somewhere else. I mean, this is really, I'm just having fun. You know, we're just having fun. So back to this other channel. I've been writing down, oh my gosh, I've been writing so much in various journals. I mean, that's the other thing I want to share with you. I don't know what your goals may be, but your planners aren't just about planning the immediacy of your life. Your planners are also about you and what you want to do and how you want to do these things. And I just think I think I know what I'm going to do with these. This is interesting. I wouldn't have thought of this. Okay. Your planners can help you with whatever goals you're trying to reach. And so it's one way to be creative. For example, I'm writing in so many different ways in so many different journals, and then that in turn inspires me to write articles. The idea for the channel, I had been thinking about sewing when we found out my mom had gotten sick, and it was really quick. This all happened pretty quickly. And I mean, in my opinion, I think God was very merciful in taking her quickly. She didn't have a lifetime of suffering, thank God. Okay, anyway, I just think that the sewing idea infused with writing, so it's a little bit of grief, it's a little bit of memories, it's a little bit of cheerfulness, it's all kinds of things that it's not just sewing. And just like on this channel, I'm in my planning videos, I'm always trying to cheer you on and uplift you, because again, the lies we tell ourselves. How many times have you said to yourself, I'm not creative, I'm not organized, I don't follow through, I'm not sure what I'm doing, I don't know where I'm going, I don't know how I'm going to ever do this, I don't know. Okay? Me too, friend. You're not alone in this. Me too. And when I say that, I say it to you from my heart, with all transparency, with all honesty. And I don't want you to go down that path anymore, just like I try not to go down that path anymore. So I am doing it scared, as they say. Okay? Do it scared. Just do it scared, and that's what I'm doing. I'm going to get on here, and we're going to learn how to sew together. And now, true confessions. We moved. We're currently renting a house because we moved across the country, and we're going to need time to look for, a permanent house. And so the rental house isn't very big. It's just not. And I keep thinking to myself, how am I going to sew? Where am I going to sew? I mean, I'm going to have to get some ring lights, and I always use daylight with this channel, and I just film when there's light. Luckily, we now live somewhere that's really sunny, so that helps. But you get what I'm saying. This is going to be a totally new ball game. Whoops, my hair gets in the way. Sorry, I have flyaway hair, and I should put it up, but I hate putting it up. I can't stand the feel of the elastics. It's just me. I'll do it sometimes for working out, but yeah. Anyway, so this will be a new endeavor, but I am doing it nervous, but I'm doing it excited. And again, it's a way to pay homage to my beloved mother. Alrighty, so that was a little different there, and I kind of like that we brought in more of the beige. That I do really like. So let's go through here one more pass around. See, there's a lot of black, and there's the brown. The beige isn't really, it's more brown. Okay, back to the washies. Okay, so this is beige, but it has brown. I don't want to do that. We're getting there. It's all right. We are getting there. I think that, yeah, adding in little bits and bobs here and there. Why not? From whatever sticker books you've got hanging around. It can't hurt. Right? Just having fun. So join me on my channel, and we can go together through this and really have some fun. I think it will be fun, truthfully. I do. I think it's going to be a lot of fun doing the projects and sharing it with you. You all have been so kind to me. I can't thank you enough, really. And I mean that with my heart. You've been very, very kind to me, all of you have. Okay. All right, slowly but surely. I think the other ones, maybe at this point I'm burnt out from the neutrals. I don't know. I do know using black is certainly not normally. Okay, so this is interesting. I like the dream sticker. Shine bright and dreams. I think we can find room for these somewhere. Even if we do like this. Yep. All right, now I feel like it's coming together much better. All righty. Whoops. Ooh, yeah. My X-Acto knife kind of came apart and it's a little off here. It'll be okay. So I've started to look online because I had to order the tote bag patterns. So you'll see, it'll be a good journey. Anyway, but it's helping me in terms of, nope. Okay, there we go. It's not just sewing. It's not just, this is homage. This is love. This is my family. This is so many things wrapped in one. So sharing it with you is a privilege, and I'm really grateful for that, this time to do it with, to share it with you. Really, I am. Let's put this up here. We're just going amok here. Why not? Okay, so I have more mushrooms. I have these. I have a few florals here and there. Okay. And this is cute too. I like that. It just kind of, yeah. Whatever we can, wherever we can. We're just adding in here. Let's put you over here. I'm going to look in here again. And then, of course, I have these over here, which I think we were using a lot of them up already. Not all. I have these two. You know what? Let's use these feathers. Yeah, let's use up some of the feathers. And I think we're going to use this one right here. Kind of like that. And this one's pretty big. Let's see. I think we're going to switch this one a little bit. Yeah, we're coming along, friends. So for those of you who are new, this is my goal planner. And so when I'm talking to you about writing and my channel, this is the hub where this gets done. And I'm very happy about that. It's something that I take a lot of joy in, to be honest with you, because I feel like this space is just my creative, yeah, it's so creative. Okay. Let me see here. What do I want to add in? I have this big space right up here. I have some gold, which I really haven't used. I have these words. I think those are too much for this. And you know what we're going to do? I know what we're going to do. I think I'm going to make more room so I can put something down here. I know half of it's applying it, and then you pick it up. So let me share a story with you, and I'll probably share it again, so I don't mean to be redundant, but yeah. So when I went through to Hobby Lobby and went through the pattern books, now I'll talk about in the video about the McCall's patterns and so forth, but the truth of the matter is this was so, just the going through those books took me back to my childhood, very, very much so. All right. I just felt like, oh my gosh, looking at the patterns, and I didn't even really look yet at the vintage patterns, which I have a keen interest in doing so. I think in part, that's the historian in me. I am a historian. And I was a history professor for a long time. I ran programs. And so that in and of itself appeals. You know what? I actually think I do want to use this one up here. I don't know. I don't know if it'll balance anything out, but I like this one. And it's just sitting there. And it's perfect because it's got the beige and the black. And it's not perfectly straight, and I'm leaving it. Look at me go, right? So anyway, I went through these patterns, and have you had moments like that where all of a sudden there you are face to face with your childhood, and in that moment you feel so thankful, so blessed, so grateful? And that's exactly how I felt at that moment. I felt like my mom was with me, and it was, it was surprisingly emotional. And I don't mean to get emotional on you here, but I do feel like this is going to really be when I said sewing from my heart, I certainly mean it. Oops, I always keep washi stacked on the side here. It's kind of my thing. I'll put you down here. Move over, washi. There, I moved away from it a little bit. Anyway, I just feel like, yeah, this is really a journey for my heart and opening my heart and sharing my heart. And hopefully, again, I hope I inspire you in some way, in some capacity, because this is going to mean more than you can imagine for me. And it's so sitting there going through patterns, it reminded me. So my mom adjusted her life based on the family's needs, always and in all ways. Raising us, there were 3 of us. Then imagine this, you're taking care of all 3 grandparents that are living, including at one point bringing the 2 grandmothers into your house. So imagine living with your mother and your mother-in-law, right? Tell me that wouldn't be a lot of work, and it was. But she did it. She did it for our family. She did it out of love. And sewing was one way she would make things because she needed a creative outlet. We called my grandmothers the ladies. So the ladies were lovely, but they were basically like living with the odd couple. And I kid you not, okay? One grandmother was very precise. Everything had to be exact. That was my mother's mother. Everything had to be perfect. Speaking of perfect, I actually love how this turned out. I digress. Now, I don't have a black marker, I don't think. We'll use this gray. Anyway, so for example, my mother taking them someplace like food shopping when they lived with her. It was an outing of the odd couple, okay? One grandmother, my maternal grandmother, would go through the store. She'd have a list. Peaches, 5 ounces, $1.99 sale. Flour, 1 bag, 5 pounds. Like she had I've never seen somebody have such an exact shopping list. So she was just, but she would wander through the store like, you know, I'm here to take my time. That's what she did. Well, on the other side, Grandma, so we call them Nana and Grandma. Grandma was very German. And so, schnell, let's go. Let's go. I don't have time to wait. And so my mother would take them each shopping. They couldn't drive at a point. And she would say, like, okay, get what you need, get what you need. And one would be through the store in 20 minutes flat because, you know, schnell, we got to move. And the other one would be like, pushing the cart around, just my poor mother. And Grandma would be impatiently waiting at the end. And my mom, like me, I'm like her, my son's like us, was an absorber. So having somebody at the end of the, you know, checkout counters waiting impatiently looking at their watch, well, that didn't go over so well with my mom. It was very stressful, needless to say. I don't like how this came out, these lines. I probably should have put the stickers down afterwards. Yeah, I guess I should have. Lord. Anyway, so one of many stories where my mother was like in between all of us, all of them and all of us. And it just, God bless, you know, to have to be in charge of both your mother and your mother-in-law. My one grandfather died young and the other one did die, you know, at a point pass away. And so she had, you know, Nana. And it was a lot, to say the least. It was a lot. And I give my mother a lot of credit because I don't know if I would be that gracious. I mean, right? Imagine you go from raising your family, and she worked. She also worked. She worked in different craft stores. At one point, she was management, and then she left management because she didn't like it because she was really smart about these things. And any of us who have worked in any type of management position, you know, right? And so it was, I'm making a mess here. Okay, it's a little messy, but you know what? I'm finding my way through it. I'm not going to do all of them, though. I'm just going to do some. Anyway, so my mom, was there with the odd couple. If one had a diet with low sodium, the other one had a diet with low fat, and this and that. So when my mother did cook, one would eat, one wouldn't eat. It was just a lot. And through it all, my mother did her best to be gracious. She tried. She had a lot of stress. As she used to say that she loved my grandmothers. She did, obviously, and she knew that it was important to the family that the relatives weren't helping. So she knew she had to do it. It was like hers by default. But she used to say all the time, it was far easier with the three of us than it was with the ladies. And I do not doubt that for a moment. And so, yeah, we would, and so they were with us every holiday. Even before they lived with my parents, they were with us on vacations. We took them all over the place, which they appreciated, don't get me wrong. But it just, yeah, my parents' lives have always been in service to all of us. And that, gosh, I don't want to cry. That's such a huge lesson for me. And in truth, when I've run into people who don't behave that way, like I'm always surprised, because I always think of a family should be a cooperative unit. And as we all know, a lot of times it's not. And yeah. So I have found disappointment, not now, I'm good now, but I have found disappointments in some of my relationships because of that. Because I honestly assumed people would want to be a cooperative family unit when people sometimes are so self-centered and all they think about is themselves. And when I see the example of what my mother did, I'm just blown away. Really, I'm just blown away, because my mother wasn't a saint, don't get me wrong. She had a temper, she could get short, but when it came to serving the family, she did it. She did what none of the relatives could or would do. What do you think? I actually think it's kind of cool, and I think I should stop there. I don't know if I should make these. I know I've been doing it for all of these. I'll keep going a little more. What do you think? Yeah, let's do that. All right, so we're just going to keep chattering here. Anyway, so it was always a lot, and they did it. And then once in a while, the relatives would visit, and then they'd be off on their way again. And they would, I love my relatives, don't get me wrong, but some of them were pretty self-centered. And my parents were like, well, we focus on the family, so as a result, we didn't have the biggest home, we didn't have the in-ground pool, there's a lot that we didn't have. And part of my growing up with looking at patterns and sewing was the fact that my mom made a lot of my clothes. If they weren't hand-me-downs from cousins, then they were sewn by my mom. And that's why this journey means so much to me, and to pay her homage and to carry that tradition on. And yeah, I just think it's really, really from my heart. Okay, I did the rest because I thought you've seen enough of my fumbling along here, but I love how this turned out. It's not what I thought I was going to do, and yet I absolutely love it. And that's kind of a joy in this process, letting the creativity just flow. So now I've got to sit here and plan out the week. And again, the first video, the sewing video, is going to drop on Thursday night. So that's exciting. I've already edited it. This is not sticking. So let me grab a little bit of a Tombow adhesive and just get this to stick a little better. Sometimes the washi ends don't stick for whatever reason. There we go. Okay. So my goals last week, just to go over Hobby Lobby, patterns and fabric, check. First video, I put it together. I'm starting to plan others, stay on schedule, and I did drop a Medium article. So as far as I'm concerned, boom, did it. This week is going to be similar. I'm going to plan and film sewing video. I'm going to write article, which I've already started, but you know what I mean? It's a start anyway. And I'm going to, stay on schedule for planning. And I do need to sit down and think about October a little bit. So there's that. So I work backwards on Sunday's church, even though it's not goal related. I do that. Plan. Next week and journal. Alrighty, we're getting there. Now, let me think a moment, friends. So I just decided to go ahead and write it out. This video is long enough. Okay, today's filming. For this drops Wednesday. I'm working on shorts. I'm looking at new patterns, a little bit of writing and editing. Tomorrow is going to be going out and looking at fabric for my first project, and that's going to be fun, and I'll turn that into my second sewing video, and I'll start filming that and starting to edit and add some voiceovers. I'll fit in some writing there somewhere. Filming YouTube for Friday, editing, upload, second sewing video. The first sewing video drops here, and I'm really excited about that. I need to film that faith video, which I love doing. That's the highlight of my week, and truthfully, I normally do that on Friday, but I felt like I'll do it on Thursday because I'll be nervous about the sewing video dropping. Right now, I just have some writing down there for Friday. We'll see what else I do. Journaling, shorts, October themes for Saturday, and then planning for October and next week and journaling on Sunday. I like it. Let me look real quick at the first. Yeah, see, this is very different from, there are mushrooms in here, but they're larger, more, yeah. I think this is different, and I like it. I like the fact that it's a combination. It's more black, but then you've got the subtle bits of beige in here, which I think work. All right, friends, you are always an inspiration to me. Know that I appreciate you. I am so grateful for your kindness and your support on this journey. What did I put up here? I don't know, but you matter, friends. You matter in life in general, and you matter to me. Thank you for your kindness and your support. And yeah, let's join in, and I'm praying that this project goes well. Thanks for being here, friends. Have a blessed day now. Bye now.